lovely people and tech moms. I am so excited. Today I want to show you all about this awesome tool that helps keep me on top of essentially web design, because this is amazing and I love it. And let me tell you a little bit about the background here. So I used to be an avid Google Reader fan. I used to use Google Reader to keep on top of all the different blogs that I was following. And I loved it and it was great. And then all of a sudden Google was like, ha, that's funny, we're done. So thanks, Google. So I discovered this tool called Feedly. Feedly.com is awesome. And so essentially what it is a feed reader. So most websites and most blogs will have something called an RSS feed. And essentially what happens is that every time someone publishes a blog post, it goes out to the feed. And that's where you'll see that there are people who will subscribe to your blog if you just keep things very by default, I guess, on WordPress. There's a subscription. It automatically will do this feed for you. And it's kind of iffy if or not people should really be focusing on that, because you want to be in control. And a lot of us don't want people to subscribe to our feed. We want them to subscribe to our email list. So it's not usually something that you go out and broadcast, but it's okay to have that feed for something like this. So what I've done is, for the different feeds that I've found, or the different blogs, the different areas where they're talking about design and user experience, I've gone in and I've added them. And it's very, very easy to do. So you can see here, I have my feeds. I have all my feeds are in here. There we go. I have different areas. I can create a new feed. So I have design and I have UX, which is user experience. So let's take a look. So CSS Tricks has published a few. So they've got a couple in here and need to scroll to the top of the page. Okay, let's check that out. So when I click on it, this one has the entire blog post in it. Some of them will not. Some of them will just have a little excerpt and then it'll say click here to read more. I can click up here if I want to, and it will take me directly to the page. So you can sort of see how this works. Or down here in the bottom, you can visit that way. And there's a few other things I can do. I can go directly to the next one with just one click. Pretty easy to do. I can keep it unread, so if I don't want this to show as something that's already been read, I can do that. And then up here, I can click this to say read later. And I'll do this a lot. A lot of times I'll go through my feed and I'll just make note of anything that I want to read later. And then I just kind of get rid of all the other ones to keep things pretty clean. I can also create different boards. So I have, a board of resources. You can have a board for different projects if you're looking for info for specific projects, and you can create as many as you want. And then we've got Evernote. You can copy the link. You can do all these other things. You can share to WordPress, Twitter, LinkedIn. So this is really good if you're looking into all this stuff. Where you're like, oh, this is really cool and I want to share this with my social following. This is perfect. And then if we go in here, we've got more. We've got Facebook, OneNote, Pocket, Personal. We've got everything. So that's pretty amazing. So the reason this has a 60 is because that means that 60 different people have said, I want to read this later. And that can really help you out a lot to sort of say, okay, if I want to just click and see all the design stuff. All right, well, it looks like this one might be one I want to read later. Okay. Lots of people saving that. Yeah, not a lot of people. All right, you know what? I don't really want any more of these, so I'm going to mark them all as read. Now, I can also come up here and click search, and I can search if I want. I can also sort by most popular. I can do the latest. I can do the oldest. I like to keep this unread only. And then I can also manage my sources. So if I do this, you can see all the different sources that I have on here. And if I'm like, you know what, this blog is just not working for me, I can unfollow it. I can also see in general, I can change the name of that. There's like a lot of different things you can do. And you can also add to it. So let's say that I really want to learn about cooking. And it's going to say, yep, no. This is, oops. And that'll tell me what's coming on from my feed or my boards. But let's say I want to add something. I want to add content. So I want to look at websites and I want to learn about cooking. Now I can see all these different cooking blogs or websites, and Feedly will give them a score. So this has a lot of followers and they produce about 1 article a week. I can also go in here and check out some of these. Like, that's kind of cool. Like, let's find out all about whiskey. Hey, cool, Whiskey Advocate. That's pretty neat. 6 articles per week, 2,000 followers. Cool. And it's super easy to just go in and hit follow. And then you can always go in and organize them. So I might create a list or a feed that is for whiskey. And now I get whiskey news delivered directly to my feed every day, which is awesome. So if you want to do something like that, you can always bookmark this. You can set it as your homepage. So every time you log into your computer, you go immediately to this today and you get basically an overview of what's kind of going on in your industry. So I use this a lot in terms of keeping track of the trends that are going on, keeping track of news that I want to read, and you can use this for a lot of different things, but I really, really like this for keeping on top of my business and keeping on top of my industry. You'll see here I have books to read, I've got tools, so I put everything about tools in here. Every once in a while you'll see this and it's sponsored, and it always kind of freaks me out because I'm like, wait, what's this unread thing in the middle? It doesn't match up number-wise. It's because it's a sponsored post. But I can, go in here now and click on any of these because they're tools that I've found in my feed. So I highly recommend using this. It works really, really well. Sometimes you'll get kind of this, these posts that you're like, what? I follow a lot of Medium, and I find that with Medium, it's kind of hit or miss. As a warning, Medium does only let you view so many articles for free per month. I do have a premium membership there because I get so much great information from them, and it really helps me in terms of web design. But, it's not for everyone. I think it was $50 for the year. But I get a lot of great stuff from them. So here's UX on Medium. And this is one of those that they just give you like the first sentence or two. And then I have to actually click on it to go into the actual article. So now I can go through and I can read this, which is pretty cool, that I can do that. So that is one of my new favorite tools. You can absolutely use this for your business. And I highly, highly recommend it. If you have any questions, hit me below in the comments and I will be in to answer any and all questions. All right, thanks guys. Have a great day.